Hey everybody, it's Angel and Mo, the author of the Angel's Nightmare series, and that's exactly what I'm going to talk about. And once again, today, Angel's Nightmare Adventure hit #1 in the Amazon United States store for horror short stories. And better yet, but for me the more important thing is that it's reached that 50 review plateau. It's got 51 reviews, averaging 4.6 out of 5 stars. And that is making me happy right now. Not only do I have a bestseller, I got the reviews to back it up, to back up that claim of a bestseller. So I'm kind of over the moon right now, you can say, and it's been a fun ride. But like I was discussing with a few of my closer fans and friends, this was a story that wasn't supposed to be much. This was supposed to be just a little idea I had for a short story contest. This was last year August. I did this short story contest for a friend of mine, Josh Davis, and me and him, we've been on speaking terms as of late, as he saw my book was a bestseller and he was so happy for me. But yeah, I did a short story contest, and I submitted a short story, Angel's Nightmare Adventure. And at first, it was supposed to be just a short story of 8,000 words. So originally, the original Angel's Nightmare Adventure was just Angel's story. You didn't have Lewis's story. You didn't have the secondary story to go along with the first story. It was just the first story, and that's it. Just that one story, and that was all. And like I said, I was only doing it for the short story contest, and at first I was deciding if I win, I win. It's a great short story. It's going to be part of an anthology, and I was going to get rewarded pretty nicely. I think it was $50-$60 I was going to get if I won. And and although I couldn't publish it myself, but it would have been published in a short story anthology. So that sounded pretty sweet, But but then all of a sudden, I saw the contest allowed me to put another entry. So and I said to myself, I don't want to just do one short story entry. I want to do another. So I did another, and that's where the idea of Lewis's story came about. So because I was able to hand in another submission, I decided to do Lewis's story. That was which is the second story in the original, in book 1 of Angel's Nightmare Adventure. The original Angel's Nightmare Adventure only had Angel's story, but then I added Lewis's story, and then I handed those two in as separate short stories. They weren't combined like they are right now. They were separate entries. So if I didn't win with Angel's story, I may have impressed them with Lewis's story. And then I did a third one. But that third one is a secret. It has something to do with the 1,000 Years War, but it's not the work I'm working on right now. So don't even say that. Don't even try to guess. It is a secret, and it can only be unlocked. That secret can only be read if you buy the hardcover edition of Revenge of the Goobers, which is the third book of the 1,000 Years War series. You have to get the hardcover edition of Revenge of the Goobers if you want to, and I'll put the link in the description. So if you're interested, you can get yourself a copy, and you can read that, and you can read the ultra secret story that I did for the short story contest. And I told Josh that was my little secret. So I told him let's not review that story to anybody. So if you want to find out what that secret story, and it has something to do with the 1,000 Years War series, get Revenge of the Goobers, the third book of the 1,000 Years War series, on hardcover, and I'll put the link up for you on the description. So check that out when you get the chance. And so if you read all 3 of my books of the series, you can get the hardcover just to add to your collection, and get that new secret story. So it'll make you it'll kind of change the way you think of the series. But anyway, I'm getting off subject here. So anyway, I handed in the 2 stories. I felt very confident. I enjoyed writing them. I had beta readers. I had people read them. They gave me good praise, a few criticisms I could have improved. So I did some improving, small time editing, you know. So I felt good because people liked it, and I felt good in going to the contest. And unfortunately, my the third story, the third story I handed in, which is the Secret Story of the Dalsius War, did make it to the top 5, but Angel's Nightmare Adventure fell short of the shortlist, unfortunately. Was I disappointed? Yeah, I was disappointed. But then you know what? You know what I did? I took a second, third look at my stories, and I said to myself, I kind of slapped myself in the head and said, no wonder they didn't make it. I could have really improved these stories a bit better. So I said, instead of getting depressed and say, I kind of accepted it that it was my fault, that I didn't work as hard as I should have worked as. But instead of getting depressed and miserable, you know what I did? I edited, fixed it, and decided to publish it on my own on Amazon. Last year September, it became a published story. Yeah, you believe that, right? A failed short story that failed to win a contest, I went ahead and published it. Yeah, look at that face. That would be the face of a federal author or anybody else who has an IQ higher than 70 was saying, Angel, you must be out of your mind if you're going to publish that short story that you didn't win a contest. If you didn't win a contest, what makes you think other people are going to read it? But that's exactly the point. Maybe the people in the short story contest didn't like it or weren't impressed enough, but that's just one group of people. What if other groups of people absolutely love the story? What if I just, took the time to edit it, fix it, make it, sound better, improve it? What if I could tap into the other billions of people, or thousands of people, or hundreds of people, and just tap into that audience? I didn't have to limit myself to that audience that rejected my story. So, I decided to just, and I really believed in this. Something told me, Joe, don't give up on the story. Believe in yourself. Believe in that story. Because you have a pretty good angle. You have a Resident Evil angle. And for anybody to get a Resident Evil angle without copying it directly from the Resident Evil formula, you got a pretty good formula there, Angel. You better not give up on that. The Resident Evil, the Resident Evil references could come back and help you in the future. And of course, I decided, what, maybe take a chance, because Capcom was dropping the F-bomb on Resident Evil. And the last game Capcom released for the Resident Evil series back then was Umbrella Corps, and how much of a piece of crap that was. Yeah. So, I lost my confidence with Capcom and the Resident Evil series, so I decided, let me take a chance in putting in Resident Evil in book format and putting my own twist on it, and maybe resurrecting the old flavor of the old Resident Evil classic series. And that's exactly what I did. So, because I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, but the classic Resident Evil 7 is just not for me. It's a good game, but I really don't like Resident Evil 7. Call me an old fart, but that's just the way I am. And that's how the Angel Nightmare Adventure series is written as. It's written in the form of the classic Resident Evil feel. So I just kept going with it. I believed in myself. I believed in the story. And and at first it did start off a little slow, but that's because I made my own cover. So I decided to give it a few months, and it kind of did well on its own without the new cover. It got itself about 35 reviews on Amazon, averaging 4.7 out of 5 stars. But then I got a couple of reviews that kind of opened me up a little bit. And when I took another look at it, I said, I could still improve this even more. So I went along and fixed it even more. and I decided to make the investment into a new cover, and I'm kind of happy I did, because everybody knows the new cover. The story is much, it's improved even more. It flows even better, and I feel like I'm being rewarded for taking time. Between getting the new cover and now, I jumped from 35 reviews to now 51 reviews. I've gotten over 16 reviews in that short period of time, and my sales have skyrocketed. Just because I took advice of a fellow mate. Should I name him? No. But a fellow mate gave me the advice that I should improve the covers, improve it. Don't go trailblazing too far into your next book. Improve the ones you got, and you're gonna get rewarded. He's absolutely right. He was absolutely right about that. I have been rewarded for my hard work in improving that book. And and to go from a short story that failed to win a short story contest to now a book that got its own series, because it did pretty well, that it won into the second book, and now that book has 14 reviews on Amazon, which is Angel's Nightmare Adventure number 2. The Nightmare Continues. That's got 14 reviews, and that's doing pretty well right now. And and the series is doing so well that I'm going to continue the series. It's actually going to be a full-fledged series. Book 1 is a novelette. It's only about 18,000 words between the two short stories. Book number 2 is a novelette, which is much longer, which is close to the 45,000 words. So I kind of, let's say, close to triple the amount of words from the first book. But that's because book 2 is a longer story, and I think I'm going to stay with the novelette formula for book 3 and on. And I think book 1 is probably going to be the only real short one in the bunch, and that's just to give you the introduction to the Angel's Nightmare Adventure universe. And the series is doing so well that it even warranted the creation of an official Facebook page. Yes, Angel's Nightmare Adventure has its own Facebook page. So if you're on Facebook and you love the series, or you're looking for a good horror book, I'll put the link in the description to my Facebook page, and you can check that out, and you can check this video out as well. So what's the lesson here, ladies and gentlemen? The lesson here is, if you got a good story and you believe in it hard enough, and you improve it and you fix it long and hard enough, it can actually be a successful book. And sometimes the most successful works are maybe the works that you least expect it to be. Because I expected the Dawson U's War to be my ultra bestseller, and it's still. And although the Dawson U's War reached the top 20 in sci-fi, it never got to number 1, unlike my horror book. And not to say that Dawson U's War series is flat; it's doing good as well. But my horror book is just doing that much better. So and it's the work that I, and it's a work I didn't put too much focus into it at first, because it was meant to be just a short story, and just knew something on the side. It was just supposed to be a side project, but now, because it's done so well, it's become another main project. Now that makes another series for me to write and to finish, and that's another Facebook page that I gotta manage with new content and beautiful, new content for you folks. So what I'm trying to say is this: sometimes the work, the story that you may have given up at first, may end up being a bestseller, and the work that you really put your heart into it may do well, but it may be the work that you kind of put to the side, for a little while. That may end up being a better seller. That may end up being a better story, and what people know you more as, rather than sci-fi. Although people still regard me as a sci-fi writer than horror, but now it's good to see that I got another niche to hang on to, that I don't have to just be sci-fi. I could go into the world of horror and be respected and get good reviews and get good sales. It's just another niche to conquer. Do I kind of go into other niches? Possibly, yes. I may even go into non-fiction for all I know. I've just got too many ideas in my head. So, folks, you can check out my horror books, my bestsellers. I'll put the links in the description. I'll put the link up for the Facebook page of Angel's Nightmare Adventure as well, so you can check that out. And what else I said I was gonna put up? Okay, I'm gonna put up my Twitter. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook. I actually got a brain freeze going on, and I really don't know what. If I think of anything else, I'll put it in the description, so you can check out the Facebook page, Angel's Nightmare Adventure. I'll put it in the description, and I might just say thank you for all the support, guys. I wouldn't be able to do a review without you guys. Love you, my friends, family, fans, readers, people who gave me good reviews, even those who gave me bad reviews. I still love you, because the bad reviews help me to improve my craft. It makes me work harder to build myself. I think I'm running on 60 minutes. I think that's long enough, guys. So, guys, I hope you guys take it easy. You guys have a good night's sleep. And this is Angel Medina signing off. Take it easy, guys.